On this episode of Bare Ass Gardenia, we're gonna be making a decadent Hershey's Cheesecake Casserole. Silky, smooth cream cheese, straight from Philadelphia. Sweet, supple chocolate, straight from Willy Wonka's ass. This casserole is gonna have you wishing that you were a cow with big, thick, swollen udders that can be milked. Like this. This is how you milk a cow, you massage. Michael, you better come in here. All that and more on this episode of Bare Ass Gardenia. My name is Oona Gardenia, and this is my cooking show, Bare Ass Gardenia. Starring me, Oona Gardenia, and created by me, Oona Gardenia, and my husband who's out in the garden picking herbs. Welcome to the third episode of my cooking show, Bare Ass Gardenia. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Michael told me that the first episode reached 4 million views, but the second episode reached 40 million views. I am very grateful, a lot of gratitude here, but I think we can do better. Let's get this episode to 400 million views. I just wanted to also ask, how are you? The world is crazy right now. My husband Michael has been picking herbs in the garden while practicing social distancing. We've told all of our friends and partners to not come over into our garden. There's been a lot of swinging in that garden. We have multiple swings on our tree branches and we swing around, but we can't anymore. Michael actually installed a big giant bubble over our garden so that our herbs stay free of any germs or bacteria. Sometimes we go into the bubble and just kind of bounce around. Maybe pop a few holes in that big bubble. But don't worry, we seal them. So yes, the rumors are true. I am making a decadent Hershey's chocolate cheesecake casserole today. That was quite the long title, my gosh. Here are the ingredients I will be using. Sour cream, whipped butter, semi-sweet morsels of 100% real chocolate, not sponsored. The only one who sponsors this ass is Michael. Michael always says, eat some more, make that ass fatter. And I tell him, Michael, gotta maintain this hourglass though. Some heavy whipping cream, some eggs fresh from the garden. Our chickens have been producing straight from their vaginas. They're having so many children. I think they're trying to get their own TLC show. We have some graham crackers, which Michael got into last night. He was so famished after I worked him out. Vanilla extract, granulated sugar, a whole lot of Hershey's chocolate bars, and a very large amount of cream cheese. Let's start cooking. So the first step of any good cheesecake is graham cracker crumbs. You need them. They are the base that holds your whole cheesecake up. So I'm just gonna take my big, massive food processor. Oh my gosh, it's suction to the table. Stop it, I'm just trying to find a good position. I'm just gonna break open my graham crackers. Oh yeah. And I'm just gonna plop them straight into my food processor. Oh, that crunch. There we go. Oh, I forgot one little piece. Gotta take a little nibble. Don't worry, Michael already has my germs, and he's the one that's gonna be devouring this. Another pack right here. Oh yeah, okay. Cracked just like my ass. Gonna put the lid on, lock it, and we're just gonna puree these graham crackers into a fine crumb of dust. Fabulous. It's kind of aggressive, isn't it? Call me your little bitch. Now I'm just gonna get a bowl. I'm gonna place it right here. And I'm just gonna pour my graham cracker crumbs straight into the bowl. There's a few big chunks that got missed. Oh. You gotta snack as you cook, right, ladies? If you're not snacking, are you actually cooking? I don't think so. I'm just gonna pour that in right there. Now we're just gonna add some sugar to the mixture, kind of sweeten things up a little bit more. That's good. Sweet. I sound like my son. He's in college, in an Ivy League school, just like all my other 10 children are as well. They're actually all valedictorian as well. What are your kids doing, Karen? Haven't heard of them. So now I'm just gonna put some butter into a cup because we have to melt it. By the way, side note, this is the cup that Michael bought me when we were vacationing in Florida. I've told Michael, the shape of that state reminds me so much of you. And he told me the shape of Montana reminds him of me, if you know what I mean. Very wide. I'm just gonna pop this in the microwave for 30 seconds and let it melt completely. Fabulous, my butter has melted into a foamy consistency. Can you see that? I'm just gonna pour it right, ooh, there's a couple blobs in there, right into my graham crackers. And we're just gonna start mixing this up completely until everything is incorporated. We want this to become the texture of wet sand. In all honesty, I don't think this is wet enough. I'm gonna have to melt some more butter. Okay, here we go. I think that's gonna be the perfect amount. Get that mixed in completely. I think that's a lot better. So now's the fun part. We are going to put our wet sandy mixture straight into the pan, just like that. And I'm just gonna take my very feminine, elegant hands and I'm just going to smush this wet sand into every crevice and every corner of this pan. I actually think we have a little too much wet sand. We have to take some of this out. Just a little too sandy. One time Michael had a pound of sand stuck up his ass. And I had to scoop it out with a shovel. But of course, me and Michael are very glass half full people. We took that sand and made the biggest sand castle you've ever seen. A palace, if you will. Fabulous. Okay, so that is our little cheesecake crust right there. Now it's time to make the filling. But first, we have to wash our hands. I've been washing my hands probably 300 times a day, as all of you should. I've seen some of you. You are completely disgusting. I bet there's feces stuck under your fingernail, and you probably eat your nails. So be sure to wash your hands, scrub your nails, scrub underneath, get all that caca out, scrub the sides of your hands, the tops, the bottoms, the in-betweens, the she's, the he's, the they's, the non-gender binary non-conforming. My son just taught me what that meant. It's fabulous. Be who you are. Oh, make sure to do it for 20 seconds. Oh. Rinse. Dry. Turn off the handle. And that's it, ladies. So first things first, we have to open all of our cream cheese and put it straight into our big red bowl. Reminds me of Clifford the Big Red Dog, doesn't it? Not sponsored by Cliffy. This cream cheese is so white, almost angelic. It kind of reminds me actually of the color of toilet paper. We've all been wanting it. We've all been needing it. Not to toot my own horn, but I do have a 12-roll pack of toilet paper. But that's all I have. I'm not hoarding. My friend Karen from my book club, she told me that she bought 2,000 rolls of toilet paper. And I told her, Karen, that is over hoarding. And she says she doesn't care. She can afford it. And that's when I told her, well, guess what, Karen? You've always smelled like fresh diarrhea. All that toilet paper is not gonna help. It's just your scent. And then she told me that she was gonna call her lawyer of something about defamation. Guess what, Karen? Michael is my lawyer. The lawyer of my garden. And we're not scared. My biggest fear is that you'll TP my house. Last one, ladies. Get in there. Love that. In all honesty, I would prefer that my cream cheese was a bit softer. So I'm gonna pop it in the microwave. Michael loved when I shimmy my ass. Reminds me of the 60s doing the Jiminy Cricket. So now we're just gonna add 1 cup of sugar. And we're just gonna cream this together. I am gonna be using my potato masher because I just feel like it will work very efficiently. So let's cream it. Oh, look at those cream cheese noodles right there. Reminds me of when me and Michael ate that big bowl of spaghetti together. And then he scooted me over a meatball with his nose, very, very canine style. But that wasn't the ball that I wanted. So we left that restaurant. It's getting a bit creamier, as you can see. A lot of people would use a hand mixer because they don't have the upper arm strength to mix something with their delicate little hand. Well, guess what? I have been mixing very solid foods since the 1800s. I actually actually used to be the star butter churner of my village. So, suck on that, Karen. I just realized that my tiny little camera right here was not filming part of that clip, so I'm very sorry. Here's some more of me mashing. I'm kind of frustrated because I really wanted that really good shot. Michael has really gotten me into cinematography. I'm actually in talks to direct the next Marvel movie. They saw my potato mashing last episode and they were like, wow, we need you. I said okay. So now I'm just gonna add some sour cream straight into there. It's gonna add a nice little tang. I'm also gonna add a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Ooh, gotta lift and peel. Pour a little bit in there. That is perfect right there. And now I'm just gonna add a couple of these chicken fetuses. These eggs are so big and supple. Michael thought that I hatched them. What a trickster. Ooh. Ew. There's little specks of something in the egg. Well, they are farm fresh, so. Okay. Ooh. Just wash my hands again. Reminds me, these eggs look awfully close to each other. Someone's not practicing social distancing. That's disgusting. So now I'm just gonna keep on mashing my ingredients together until we have one uniform, consistent, creamy mixture. This honestly looks vile. This looks disgusting, but it's gonna taste wonderful, you'll see. Okay, I'm gonna move on to another tool now that everything is pretty much mashed together. I'm just gonna really get this incorporated now with this big spoon. This genuinely looks like cottage cheese. I am not satisfied with this. Let's hope it all turns out well. Okay, this is disgusting. I'm gonna try to whisk it to get these little blobs out. This is gonna help, I think. Getting a little sweaty. A little bit of cardio happening right now. Guess that means I can skip my Pilates class, right, ladies? It is definitely improving. It's looking a lot creamier, less blobby, but I'm gonna keep going. Perseverance is what makes Oona Gardenia, Oona Gardenia. Okay, so most of the blobs have gone away. I think this is ready to be put into the pan. Here we go. First ladle. Oh yes. Fabulous. Decadent. Glorious. Almighty. Lesbians. What? I think Michael just possessed me for a second. Oh, man. That is fabulous. Now I'm just gonna kind of push the cheesecake filling all the way to the edges. Wonderful. Oh, fabulous. Okay, so now I'm just gonna very gently bang my cheesecake onto the counter. Just to get out any little air bubbles that are stuck inside. I'm just gonna pop this into the oven for about 40 minutes and then we will see how it looks. Here we go. Oh, that is hefty. Trash bag who? Oh yeah, okay. That is officially inserted. I will see you guys in 40 minutes. My cheesecake, or as my Cuban brother-in-law calls it, queso cake, is in the fridge. It still needs a little more cooling down. It's very hot. So in the meantime, I am going to go ahead and prepare my Hershey's bars. I'm just gonna open one up like Charlie. Remember when Charlie opens up his chocolate bar? And he's like, oh, Grandpa Joe, is this gonna make us rich? Look at that golden ticket. Fabulous. That's what we're doing. But this one doesn't have a golden ticket. So I'm just gonna take this whole bar right here. And you see how there's little dents and ridges and crevices in the bar, these little lines. I'm just going to break them into tiny little chocolate bars, just like so. See, Hershey's. I might take a little square for myself, you know. Oh, that is scrumptious. Honestly, decadent. Fabulous. I'm just gonna keep going and break all 4 of my bars into little pieces. Now's the fun part that's gonna make you feel as classy as me. It's actually not possible, but you might think it is. We're gonna make a chocolate ganache. In English, that means chocolate ganache. Chocolate ganache. A chocolate ganache is basically a very thick chocolate sauce that is neither fluid or firm. It's right in the middle. So I have these semi-sweet morsels, and I'm just going to put all of my chocolate chips into this bowl. So here I have some heavy whipping cream. I did have to go for the dairy-free one because Karen decided to hoard whipping cream for her quarantine. That rhymed. Don't be like Karen. Leave some whipping cream for everyone else. Let's hope this dairy-free one works the same. Ugh, let me smell it. Smells like a donut. Love that for me. So I'm just gonna put this whipping cream into a bowl, just like so. Oh my goodness, calm down. And I'm going to microwave it until it is steaming. Oh, there is some whipping cream on the floor. Which vegan wants to come lick it up? Stop looking. Stop, I said stop. Okay ladies, this is steaming, so now I'm just going to pour it over my chocolate just until the very top of the chocolate is almost covered. I think that is perfect. A little bit more. That is perfect. And now I'm just gonna let this sit here for 5 minutes. The liquid will have melted all the chocolate chips and then we can blend it decadently. It has been 5 minutes and it's time to mix the chocolate and the heavy cream. Now for a second, it'll look a little clumpy, a little weird, but as we mix, you're gonna see a silky ganache emerge from the fluids. We just have to keep mixing. Okay, here we go. Something's gonna happen very soon. It's coming, it's happening. Look at that emerging, slowly but surely. Oh my goodness, this is actually quite thick. Might be a little too thick, but that's okay. We're not done mixing. Keep it going. Yes, wow, that is gorgeous. That is fabulous. It looks just as good as if it came out of a cow's titty, but it's plant-based. That is stunning. So now it's time to put our ganache onto our cheesecake. So let's just pour this right on top. Oh yes. Decadent, glorious. Who was that? Was that the Lord blessing this cheesecake? I'm just gonna take a spoon and spread this ganache all over the surface of my cheesecake. It's gonna be a nice thick layer, but that's what we want. And the ganache should firm up to a nice fudgy texture in the refrigerator as it cools a bit. That looks perfect. And now for the final step, I'm gonna place my little Hershey bars all over the whole surface of the ganache, covering every inch of this naked body. So by the end of this, it should look like a giant Hershey's bar. Got a little itch on my stubble. This looks truly fabulous. Look at that. I'm just gonna pop it back into the fridge for at least 30 minutes so that my ganache can set. I'll see you guys then. Our Hershey's Cheesecake Casserole is done. I am so excited to cut this open. Here we go. Oh my goodness, that texture. It went right through it. Now, the ganache is still very wet, but I realized that I don't think it's gonna harden. It was in the fridge for quite a long time, and I'm thinking maybe it's because of the heavy cream. Too much vegan grass in it? I'm not sure. So let's get this piece out if I can. Oh, there we go. It's kind of stuck a little bit, that's okay. We all get a little stuck in life sometimes, don't we, ladies? Oh, wow, okay. That slice, oh, it really does look amazing, doesn't it? And look how clean it looks in the pan. Wow, cleanliness is godliness. That's what they say. Let's take a big bite of this cheesecake. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, wow. That spoke to me. It said, "Hey Oona, how are you today?" I said, "Fabulous." The texture of the cheesecake is so cheesy. I almost got it confused with my husband's genitalia. It's pretty cheesy. And the ganache is truly, brings it all to life. And the Hershey's bar, can't forget that. Oh, it's softened from the heat of the ganache. Let me know in the comments below what you want me to cook. Remember to stay safe during this quarantine. Stay at home, live it up inside, have a little party by yourself, have fun in the garden if it's isolated, and wash your crusty fecal matter filled hands. I'll see you guys next video. Time for a cocktail.